Paris Peace Conference began on January 18, 1999, with 21 nations present. The conference was spearheaded by the Big Three: Woodrow Wilson, David Lloyd George, and George Clemenceau. Woodrow Wilson represented the United States and argued for punishment of Germany and the enforcement of the League of Nations to ensure that a world war would never happen again. Wilson believed in this so much that 2 days after working on the terms of the treaty, he decided to personally appear in front of the Senate Committee of Foreign Relations to plead for the ratification of the treaty. David George was a senior representative of Great Britain and served as a middleman during the treaty discussions. George wanted Germany punished to the point where it pleased those who wanted to see Germany punished, but did not want Germany to be severely damaged to the point where it couldn't trade with Great Britain. George Clement, who represented France, was the harshest of the three leaders. Clement called for Germany to pay huge reparations for the damage it had caused in France, and wanted the German army to be weakened to the point where it could not cause any damage to France anymore.
The Treaty of Versailles included 15 parts and 440 articles discussed between January and June of 1919 in Paris. Part 1 of this treaty created the Covenant of the New Leagues of Nations, which was a union of countries who promoted international cooperation and strive for peace. A little fun fact is, Germany was not actually allowed to join this group until 1926. Part 2 set up new boundaries for Germany. Part 3 demilitarized areas in which Germany was not allowed to bring their army. Part 4 removed Germany of all of its colonies. Part 5 put restrictions on the size of Germany's army, which created a very small army, and as well limited the types of weapons they were allowed to use. Part 6 created terms on how to return prisoners of war and how to treat the graves of fallen soldiers. Part 7 determined the rules for the trials of those accused of war crimes against the Allied powers. Part 8 made Germany accept full responsibility for World War I. Part 9 put numerous financial responsibilities on Germany. And parts 10 through 14 are not as important, but they just basically place terms on things such as economic clauses, aerial navigation, and etc.
In terms of impacts leading to the Second World War, the political impact was that it increased the opposition to the Weimar Republic for signing the treaty. Also, the War Guilt Clause placed all the responsibility on the Germans, leading to their animosity towards the Allies. In terms of economic impact, the reparations from the war crippled Germany's economy since it demanded too much from an already defeated nation to pay. These reparations led to the Davies Plan of 1924 to collaborate with the Allies for Germany to revitalize it, but that still did not help the Germans enough. Also, the Polish corridor separated East Prussia from Germany, and dividing the same race and culture plus the loss of other territory fueled the German obsession to recover what was taken from them. In terms of social impact, there was a culture of animosity towards the Allies who enforced the discriminatory and non-negotiable terms of the Treaty of Versailles, and that obviously felt unjust to the Germans. The Treaty of Versailles united the German people together as it provided them with a narrow target of rebuttal that they really disliked. And yeah.
Germany was forced to demilitarize its army and was no longer allowed to have an air force. Additionally, Germany was only allowed to have a navy of only 6 battleships. Forcefully stripped of its colonies, Germany lost roughly 10% of its population and land due to the treaty. Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and Finland gained independence, while Czechoslovakia and Hungary were formed out of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Not allowed to capture more land, Italy was not satisfied with the treaty. On top of this, Italy was experiencing a devaluing currency and a stagnating economy. Enter Benito Mussolini, who sought to empower Italy with a fascist system. While Mussolini began to strengthen Italy, another country also hoped for a change. Now a weak and vulnerable nation, Germany sought a new leader. The Nazi Party, headed by Adolf Hitler, promised the vision of a powerful and mighty Germany. The Germans, convinced by a need for change in Hitler's powerful speeches and book, Mein Kampf, which critiqued the current political system and outlined Hitler's plans for change, supported Hitler and his party's rise to power.